doing something quite different, and that is we are reacting to dun, 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 durability of the Oculus Quest 2. So we're going to get straight into it. Before we start, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It makes me motivated to upload more often. And yeah, so I was watching a bit before, then I got this idea, so let's go. And of course, all links will be in the descriptions, and I'm just going to lower the volume so you can still hear me. Maybe not too loud, but okay, there we go. So you'll still be able to hear me, like if I pause the video or anything, then yeah. But let's get straight into it. Okay, I'm liking the introduction already. Oh god. Oh. Whew! I forgot about that part. By the way, this video is like testing the durability right here, it says in the title. This Quest 2 is in for a lot of pain. Yeah. Macaroni cheese.
So, the Oculus Quest 2 launched about a month ago. So far, the reception has been mostly good, but that's not without some controversy, of course. Reports of broken controller rings, lens quality, and, you guessed it, Elite straps breaking have definitely gone around Reddit a few times, to say the least.
Okay, now, this was uploaded when the Quest kit was out for a month now. I don't know if it just said that, I can't remember, but as for now, the Elite straps are like unbreakable now. You could do anything to it, it would not break, and yeah.
The Quest 2 is relatively a really cheap VR headset. The Index is $1,000, the Reverb G2 is $600, and the Quest 2 is half of that. So that begs the question, did Facebook cheap out on materials and build quality on the Quest 2? Is this a headset that will last for years, or is it a piece of Chinesium junk? Well, we're gonna find that out today. I bought a fresh Quest 2, and I'm using my own Elite battery strap to see just how robust this headset is. And this was not sent by Facebook or anything. I figured if I do destroy the headset, this could serve as both an educational piece as to what not to do with your Quest 2, or maybe if you hate Facebook, then you can get some peace by watching me beat up the headset. I'm going to put it through a variety of trials that mimic or exceed a very roughly used headset and see how it fares. So, does it survive a drying machine, sandpaper, and granite? Let's find out. So I'm going to break this up into scenarios that mimic real-life occurrences. Let's start with scenario 1, the drop test. So a VR headset isn't exactly like a phone or controller per se.
Okay, so I won't be too surprised if this one doesn't break the headset. It might do something, but I won't be too shocked about this one with the reactions for it. Mainly because any headset can drop and it'll be fine. Yeah. Let's get back into the video. Sorry, I might pause this a lot because I have quite a lot of points.
It's not something you'd commonly drop, but hey, accidents do happen. And I know that I have, at some point, dropped about every headset that I own. But given that there's no tether and it's mobile, I could see this one getting dropped more than normal, mimicking a real-life occurrence from around head height, and again, and again. So the Quest 2 still works, and there aren't any cracks on either the headset or Elite strap. But one piece did fail, and that's the stock facial interface. And I'm not surprised, as this is just a thin piece of plastic, and it doesn't really bother me because I don't use the stock interface anyways.
Alright, okay. That's the thing. I'm not too shocked about that breaking. It is just plastic. But with my old headset, my cousin bought me it, so I didn't buy it. It was a gift. Sorry, my chair's very squeaky. You could hear that, but it pretty much came with quite a lot of issues. Yeah. So then it came with what happened to that, but at the top, it was a little crack, but it was still quite annoying. It just kind of came broken, you know. It came without an adjuster on the left controller. It was annoying, but you know. Sometimes things are just forgot or malfunction.
I usually throw VR covers on just about every VR headset that I own, including my main Quest, but that piece did fail. You probably could keep using it, but it is cracked. I was honestly pretty surprised that nothing happened to the headset here, and there aren't even very many marks on it, so let's drop it from higher. And not gonna lie, that kinda hurt. But still, the headset is usable. No cracks, dents, or tracking problems, and my Elite strap did hold together. And that was a drop from around 10 feet. Scenario number 2. You're playing Beat Saber or any other game, and somehow you manage to smack something incredibly hard. This was a very common point of failure for both the Quest and Rift S.
Right, okay, that's the headset that I used to have. Quite a shocker. It's an old headset. They're gonna stop updates soon, like March 5th. So if you use Quest 1, you need to quickly buy a new headset as quick as you can. You can't play multiplayer or get social anymore once they decide to stop, which is around May or March. Yeah, that's just a warning for you guys. If you can't afford it, you might want to, like, I don't know, start YouTube and hopefully get lucky, or pretty much just try and do anything to make money if you can't afford it. Say you have a Quest 2 and then you can get social, because apparently they're going to release the Quest 3 this year, which I highly doubt, but you know, they did release the Quest Pro, so maybe, but I kind of doubt it.
And their controllers. So are these controllers pieces of junk that will break if you hit them once? Well, time to put on the motorbike glove and go ham on a granite counter. And it still tracks.
Right, okay, in scenarios like the Beat Saber one, so in scenarios like that, you know when you're chewing something and you just bite your mouth or your finger, you don't realize how hard you bite, right? Well, this scenario is kind of different to the biting. When you are playing Beat Saber or any game like Gorilla Tag and stuff that involves using your hands insanely, the thing is, you don't realize how hard you hit. So if you're doing it on purpose, like this guy, it's not going to do much damage to the controls, as you know that you're trying to make it have damage, if you know what I mean. So really, this one right here that is not a test actually. So just keep this in mind. The controls are durable, just they're durable when depending on how hard you hit, but really if you're just doing it on purpose and you know that you're hitting it, it's obviously going to be durable and not going to break unless you hit it in the corner, a very sharp corner or something. Or it's just when you play and you don't expect it to hit, you might easily break your controllers. They like highest the chances from 50% on purpose. Well, no, 5% to break on purpose, 50% to do it like on accidental with some force, but then it's like probably 120% of a chance to break your controller if you do it hard. So I'm just saying you might want to be careful when playing VR. Make sure you have a big play space. Yeah.
And it still tracks. There are no cracks, and it kind of surprises me. The only thing that happened over and over was the battery cover popping off and the battery flying out. But other than that, it did hold up. Now, what about squeezing? With one hand, I used all of the grip strength that I had, and while I did hear some creaking and the ring did bend, it did not break. Now the next part. I know I have thrown my controllers on accident. In fact, I have broken a monitor doing it. And
yeah, when I had the Quest 1, I used to always drop my controllers. Even on accident. Once I was just like adjusting the wrist strap on my right hand or my left hand, whatever one it was, I dropped it like 10 times in a row. Luckily, I'm not very lucky, because once I threw it through my room, scratched my Xbox, but I just licked my finger and then got rid of the scratch. It was one of them.
And if you're like me and an edgy rebel, you don't use these little wrist straps. You're like,
right, if you have grips, that's fine. You don't really need to use it, but I use the wrist straps and the grips at the same time. The controller grips, I'll probably put a picture there. But if you have grips, make sure you have them tight, because it's what they're for. Like, I've seen a YouTuber review them and they legit had them loose. They said, I like to have them a little loose. like grips are so you don't drop your controllers if you want them to stay safe, not broken, and so you don't drop them all the time like me. It's like for clumsy people, so if you're not clumsy, get grips if you want. There's ones for bigger hands as well, like an extended grip, but if you have grips, just to even lower your chance of throwing your controller even more, is put the wrist straps on, because then it's quite hard to move the adjuster without using your hands. So then it's just like, say you're playing VR, say you're playing like a really intense game of Gorilla Tag or a really intense song of Beat Saber, and you have grips, controller grips, but you don't have your wrist straps on. You have a chance of the rubber slipping from your hand, making it go a little further to where you throw your controller across the room, if you know what I mean, and break anything, just like what he did.
Likely going to end up throwing your controller at some point too. So, and once again,
yeah, that's pretty much what would happen.
All is good after putting the battery back in, of course. Scenario number 3. The Quest 2 is a mobile headset. You're expected to just take it anywhere. VR on a plane, train, automobile, and in the rain. Okay, maybe not in the rain. That would be kind of dumb. But imagine you're in a rush. You grab your backpack, throw the Quest in, and throw your keys in afterwards, and you don't have a lens protector on it. You pull your headset out to show your friends just how clear VR is now, and whoops, you have massive scratches all over your lenses. So starting off, I'll see how scratch resistant the lenses are by putting my keys on the...
Okay, he might not have said this in the video, but he might say it later on, but if you have really, really like bright lights, and it's above you where your play space is, try and avoid the lights getting to where your lenses are. Same with the sun, because for people that don't know too much about VR, that can damage the lenses and the tracking lenses at the same time. That leaving like, I think it like kills the pixels, I'm not too sure, but I think it just kills the pixels and adds heat damage to the lenses, and that's just to be safe. So if you bring it out, don't put it in your backpack. If you can, put it in the box. But if you like have an elite strap and you don't have time, or you're just too lazy to take the head strap off, try your best and like put it in a bag, but not like a scratchy bag, kind of like a smooth bag, or just put it in a bigger box. Really, that's the better way. Yeah, it's just, you gotta make sure that you're safe with your headset, you know. It's better to care than not care.
Headset's lenses and shaking it up a bit. I couldn't really get any visible scratches, so I'm guessing that the lenses are somewhat decent at protecting against small abrasions. And as much as this pains me to do, I'm gonna pull out the sandpaper. The point here is to see if you do scratch your lenses, can you get the scratches out, or are you stuck with a useless headset? I'll be using 800 grit sandpaper, and to buff the scratches out, I'm using something called Polywatch, a fluid that I have at least heard works alright for VR headsets. So, close your eyes, kids.
Oh, I don't like that.
As you can see, it's plenty scratched up, and at this point, I doubt Oculus would accept this as a return, and the headset is practically unusable. Following Polywatch's instructions, I put some on and buff it out for 2 to 3 minutes. I reapplied in the middle as well.
Few minutes later.
Oh, let's see.
And
Is it ready
holy,
yet?
I'm kind of massively impressed, and I think Polywatch
Whoa.
deserves a video all on its own because all of the abrasions, scratches, and micro abrasions.
Okay, that's insane though. I've never seen anything like that. That is actually insane. What?
Are practically gone.
That's
I
genuinely
literally
shocking.
took sandpaper to it, which is pretty extreme and unrealistic, and it's almost completely clear at this point. So if you do scratch your lenses, you're definitely not out of luck. At this point, most of these tests have been short-term, like what if you drop your headset or smash your controller. But what if you accidentally put your Quest 2...
Oh, I just seen something that you might not have seen. Look at that, right there. I might zoom in on it. But you can see that core headset has been damaged actually. Maybe here as well. There's some
what if
different things. but the core headset has been damaged. You can see right there. So there you go. Oh, yep, the scratch there as well, I think. Yeah, here the core headset has been kind of broken. So that's the thing that I probably did not notice, and I noticed. So yeah.
If you accidentally put your
That's how you
Quest
know it's
2
not
in
fully
the dryer
indestructible.
machine. Okay, no, this is just a general durability test. Can the Quest 2 get knocked around and beat pretty hard from all angles? This is also sort of a long-term hard usage test. So, scenario 4, owning the headset for a long time and being rough with it, and putting it in the...
It hurts to watch.
So, unlike the drop test, there were far more marks and abrasions all over the headset,
Holy.
and it did get pretty beat up. Of course, I turned the heat off, so it was literally just a tumble in the machine. And even though there are visible marks all over the headset, and it doesn't look fresh anymore,
I think the lenses are going to be breaking. Not the lenses, the tracking lenses. I think they're going to be kind of damaged. Maybe by the smallest bit.
does still work, and the tracking works, and the headset
that's
turns
shocking.
on. It's just
What?
fine in every way besides looks now. I
How?
can't say I'd want to do that to my Index or any other headset, to be honest. Scenario number 5, Elite Strap. So the Elite Strap has had a terrible reputation lately. Tons of people are reporting that their $50 to $129 accessories are cracking or breaking within days of using them. It's gotten so bad, in fact, that Facebook has temporarily halted sale of the head strap. Now, I bought this Elite battery strap on my own, and it was pricey, and I do like it, but I haven't ran into any of the issues that others have reported, so I decided to test a bunch of ways to stress test it. Twisting, pulling, dropping, of
I have
course,
an Elite head
shaking,
strap
literally
kind
pulling
of,
on it as hard as I
but
could,
like
and
the
the
foamy
strap's
part,
gears
like
did
the
not
back
strip,
part
and the strap
that
itself
attaches-
does not
that
show any
attaches
signs
the
of
part
breaking.
to where
I also
it
moved my
goes
head really fast and
on your
tried
head.
taking off the
It
strap
keeps
aggressively,
falling
and I
off,
could
but it's
not
meant to.
replicate
The
what's been
clips
happening
are
to other people.
very good.
Now, I have some theories as to why
I'm
the
still
Elite
happy with
strap
them.
has been breaking for people, and I'm pretty sure it's either due to the material drying out or it's just a bad batch of straps. Just because mine didn't break doesn't mean the Elite strap breaking isn't a problem, because it really is a problem right now. But it seems that once the quality control issues are fixed, that these problems won't be as much of an issue for widespread people. I mean, I don't see any reason why anyone would actually take their Elite strap and make it do yoga, but if you want to, you can. I just wouldn't if I were you. So, to be honest,
I'm just kind of confused. How do people like make their headset snap? Did they hit it with controls too many times? I don't know.
as much fun as it was to absolutely trash the Quest 2, I'm pretty impressed with how it held up. I've used just about every headset under the sun, and the simple brick-like build of the Quest 2 has held up pretty well. I mean, shoot, I use an Index every single day, and I will continue using it, but I have had a plethora of issues. In fact, right now, my head strap is cracked. Not to mention the fact that I literally broke an Index controller by dropping it 3 feet from my chair. Yet this little thing took me throwing it across the room like nothing. Of course, I don't know how the Quest 2 will fare super long term. It could very well break 6 months in, or it could last for years, and I didn't test everything. And I'll have to make videos after I've used the headset for hundreds and hundreds of
Why not put the controllers on the headset in beer or water?
hours to really test any of that. And maybe if you guys want, I could do some more tests, do some more ridiculous things like heating and cooling tests, or moisture tests related to sweat, or maybe drop it from as high as I possibly can. Actually, maybe not that. But what I can say is that
Drop it off a mountain.
the Quest 2 is not necessarily a weak piece of hardware, at least not this one. And this one was right off the shelf just like everyone else. And even after sandpaper, drops, throws, and a dryer machine, for Pete's sake, I'll still be able to use it another day to slash another block. If you like my content here, you just...
Okay, that was actually quite fun to do. I might do more reaction videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.